Looked at, there's obviously not much about him in the comic books or the film, so I looked at all of the film depictions of him, which is basically the murder scene. And so I saw him die lots of times, and then I was like, oh, and then picked up in the comic book the kind of elements of him being moral and upstanding and philanthropic and involved in charities, and I was like, so that I drew upon that, but mostly when I met Bruno and Danny, the executive producers, they started speaking about Cary Grant and Hollywood film stars, and they wanted him to feel like someone from those talkies. So I started watching those films basically and doing a bit of research on those actors and watching their films, which was really fun. To go back and kind of like watch old school films. I'd never seen Casablanca, which is amazing, and a bunch of all those incredible films. So yeah, that was kind of the work. That was my jumping off point for him basically. And the other thing that I learned from looking at all the depictions of him is that he always has a moustache. So I was like, the moustache was my choice, which some people were trying to make me feel like I should have regretted, but I was into it, and now I actually miss it. So yeah.
Thomas, I'd like to get a sense also in this first season, not looking for spoilers, but what kind of journey she's on as a person?
Yeah, so I think that's the interesting thing about playing, well, both Jack and I, who plays Alfred, we know where the characters are going to end up. And so I know that he ends up as this very, like I said, very moral guy, but it's the journey there. And I think in Pennyworth, you can see at the beginning of those principles that he's kind of quite straight-laced, super intelligent, whip smart, uber confident. Obviously he's this billionaire, but he's thrust into lots of different situations where he has to kind of like make some morally compromising choices. Because unlike, I know in the comic books he works in medicine, in our world, he's caught up in a kind of more covert world of espionage, kind of underground intelligence. And I think it doesn't always sit easy with him, the world that he's part of. He's not a man of violence, that's definitely in the comic books and in our version of it. And he has to employ other people to do that violent work for him, but he's kind of not okay with it. And that's what I think Bruno has done an amazing job of in Pennyworth, is that the heroes and villains aren't black and white. We're not quite sure who's a villain, not quite sure who's a hero. I think you wouldn't necessarily watch it and think Thomas Wayne is the good guy. You wouldn't necessarily watch it and think that Bet Sykes is the villain. He's kind of made them all very human and relatable, and they've all got quite kind of dark psychological journeys that they go on. So it's a real character piece.
And what about Martha Wayne, before she is Martha?
Yeah, so she's a huge part of the series. She's not in the pilot, but she becomes a huge part of the series. And yeah, it kind of looks at their meetings and the initial sparks of their chemistry, but it's they are more repelled by each other than they are attracted to each other at first. And their principles don't align at all, so they actually irritate the hell out of each other. But they are, through their line of work, they're thrust together as a team, which doesn't work very, very well. But I think that's been an exciting thing, to think that we're both, as actors, playing the two sides of Batman, so the DNA of the characters eventually become Batman. So Bruno's been really good at kind of like involving bits of Batman in our personalities as well. So there's some quite unexpected things that happen to Thomas throughout the series where it suddenly gets very, very dark for him. And you see that brooding darkness that exists in Bruce Wayne. So that was kind of cool to think, oh, this is like a flash forward to that.
And the actual tone and the sets and the costumes, how much fun is it to delve into that?
Yeah, amazing. That's my favourite part of the show, I think, is the world that they've created. So it's like this 1960s swinging, kind of punky, glamorous rock star vibe, but then at times, and it kind of feels familiar and homely and historical, but then it's got this whole other element of it, which is like twisted. I know we're branding it 13 degrees weirder, so it looks like a historic London, but then really unpredictable, has completely weird elements. They've got a different political system, they've got a different justice system, but just like you'll be filming in Trafalgar Square and we'll have like a group of nuns wearing leather that cross through the back of the screen or something, or like just things that are weird and unexplained. So it's all very like off kilter. And I think that's my favourite part of being in the show, because our set designer or the art director Mark Scruton, he's just like made these incredible sets and developed this very strong visual world that I think is like one of the strongest things about the piece.
Did the clothes define him a little bit for you?
Did the clothes?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. It's nice to have some good tailored suits, yeah. And once you do, it is, with some characters, like once you put the costume on, you're like, there it is. Moustache, suit, done. Job's done. So yeah.
You pointed out that you know where the character ends up. How much fun is it as an actor filling in that space in between?
Yeah, it's really fun. It's very collaborative with Bruno. So he kind of details it all very specifically on the page. And when I auditioned for this, both mine and Emma Pates, who plays Martha, our character descriptions were long. They were very detailed. So you've kind of got instantly an outline of who they are, and then you kind of collaborate with him. He's very present on set, so he'll give you little tidbits of information, and you go, oh, I didn't think of that. But you're really discovering the characters episode to episode, which is really fun. So this is written episode to episode. We don't get it all 10 up front. We'll be halfway through from one episode, and then we'll get the next episode. And so it was always an exciting thing to kind of like read it and be like, oh, and you're kind of discovering who they are as you go along. And that's the way we are as humans, I think, isn't it? Like we don't necessarily know ourselves, we surprise ourselves. So I think part of being an actor isn't always knowing a character inside out. The great thing about series TV is you get to discover the character as you're doing it, as it plays along. So that's been a really nice thing in this.
So what's it like to now be part of this whole universe, being in the Batman world?
It's pretty cool. Initially I was like, is it intimidating? Because obviously arrive here and you realise it's got such a super fan base and a bunch of people that are ready to judge you for like, that's not Thomas Wayne, that is Thomas Wayne. But I think it's better just to ignore that and to hope that people are going to love it. And also because we're doing it pre the canon, pre the world existing, we can kind of like invent it. So just exciting, really. It's been cool to say, oh, I'm playing Thomas Wayne, Batman's dad, and people to be like, what? Batman's dad? That's so cool. So yeah.
Thank you.